The Crucible, Act 3, continued. Aye, she's the one. Mr. Proctor, this morning your wife sent me a claim in which she states that she is pregnant now. My wife pregnant? There be no sign of it. We have examined her body. But if she say she is pregnant, then she must be. That woman will never lie, Mr. Danforth. She will not? Never, sir, never. We have thought it too convenient to be credited. However, if I should tell you now that I will let her be kept another month, and if she begin to show her natural signs, you shall have her living yet another year until she is delivered, what say you to that? Come now, you say your only purpose is to save your wife? Good. Then she is saved at least this year, and a year is long. What say you, sir? It is done now. Will you drop this charge? I think I cannot. Danforth, now an almost imperceptible hardness in his voice. Then your purpose is somewhat larger. He's come to overthrow this court, your honor. These are my friends. Their wives are also accused. I judge you not, sir. I am ready to hear your evidence. I come not to hurt the court. I only... Marshal, go into the court and bid Judge Stoughton and Judge Sewell declare recess for 1 hour, and let them go to the tavern if they will. All witnesses and prisoners are to be kept in the building. Aye, sir. If I may say it, sir, I know this man all my life. It is a good man, sir. I am sure of it, Marshal. Now, what deposition do you have for us, Mr. Proctor? And I beg you be clear, open as the sky, and honest. I am no lawyer, so I'll... The pure in heart needs no lawyers. Proceed as you will. Will you read this first, sir? It's a sort of testament. The people signing it declare their good opinion of Rebecca, and my wife, and Martha Corey. Their good opinion. These are all land-holding farmers, members of the church. If you'll notice, sir, they've known the women many years, and never saw no sign they had dealings with the devil. Paris nervously moves over and reads over Danforth's shoulder. Danforth, glancing down a long list. How many names are here? 91, Your Excellency. These people should be summoned for questioning. Mr. Danforth, I gave them all my word no harm would come to them for signing this. This is a clear attack upon the court. Is every defense an attack upon the court? Can no one... All innocent and Christian people are happy for the courts in Salem. These people are gloomy for it. And I think you will want to know from each and every one of them what discontents them with you. I think they ought to be examined, sir. It is not necessarily an attack, I think, yet these are all covenanted Christians, sir. Then I am sure they may have nothing to fear. Mr. Cheever, have warrants drawn for all of these. Arrest for examination. Now, mister, what other information do you have for us? You may sit, Mr. Nurse. I have brought trouble on these people. I have... No, old man, you have not hurt these people if they are of good conscience. But you must understand, sir, that a person is either with this court or he must be counted against it. There be no road between. This is a sharp time now, a precise time. We live no longer in the dusky afternoon when evil mixed itself with good and befuddled the world. Now, by God's grace, the shining sun is up, and them that fear not light will surely praise it. I hope you will be one of those. She's not hearty, I see. No, she's not, sir. To Mary, bending to her, holding her hand quietly. Now remember what the angel Raphael, saint, to the boy Tobias. Remember it? Aye. Do that which is good, and no harm shall come to thee. Aye. Come, man, we wait you. Marshal Herrick returns and takes his post at the door. John, my deposition. Give him mine. Aye. He hands Danforth another paper. This is Mr. Corey's deposition. Oh? He looks down at it. Now Hawthorne comes behind him and reads with him. Hawthorne, suspiciously. What lawyer drew this, Corey? You know I never hired a lawyer in my life, Hawthorne. It is very well phrased. My compliments. Mr. Parris, if Mr. Putnam is in the court, will you bring him in? Hawthorne takes the deposition and walks to the window with it. Parris goes into the court. You have no legal training, Mr. Corey. I have the best, sir. I am 33 time in court in my life, and always plaintiff, too. Oh, then you're much put upon. I am never put upon. I know my rights, sir, and I will have them. You know, your father tried a case of mine. Might be 35 years ago, I think. Indeed. He never spoke to you of it? No, I cannot recall it. That's strange. He gave me £9 damages. He were a fair judge, your father. You see, I had a white mare that tinge, and this fellow come to borrow the mare. Enter Paris with Thomas Putnam. When he sees Putnam, Giles' ease goes. He is hard. Aye, there he is. Mr. Putnam, I have here an accusation by Mr. Corey against you. He states that you coldly prompted your daughter to cry witchery upon George Jacobs, that is now in jail. It is a lie. Mr. Putnam states your charge is a lie. What say you to that? A fart on Thomas Putnam. That is what I say to that. What proof do you submit for your charge, sir? My proof is there. If Jacob hangs for a witch, he forfeit up his property. That's law, and there is none but Putnam with the coin to buy so great a piece. This man is killing his neighbors for their land. But proof, sir, proof. The proof is there. I have it from an honest man who heard Putnam say it. The day his daughter cried out on Jacobs, he said she'd give him a fair gift of land. And the name of this man? What name? The man that gave you this information. Why, I cannot give you his name. And why not? You know well why not. He'll lay in jail if I give his name. This is contempt of court, Mr. Danforth. You will surely tell us the name. I will not give you no name. I mentioned my wife's name once, and I'll burn in hell long enough for that. I stand mute. In that case, I have no choice but to arrest you for contempt of this court. Do you know that? This is a hearing. You cannot clap me for contempt of a hearing. Oh, it is a proper lawyer. Do you wish me to declare the court in full session here, or will you give me good reply? I cannot give you no name, sir. I cannot. You are a foolish old man, Mr. Cheever. Begin the record. The court is now in session. I ask you, Mr. Corey. Your Honor, he has the story in confidence, sir, and the devil lies on such confidences. Without confidences, there could be no conspiracy, Your Honor. I think it must be broken, sir. Old man, if your informant tells the truth, let him come here openly like a decent man. But if he hide in anonymity, I must know why. Now, sir, the government and Central Church demand of you the name of him who reported Mr. Thomas Putnam a common murderer. Excellency, Mr. Hale. We cannot blink it more. There is a prodigious fear of this court in the country. Then there is a prodigious guilt in the country. Are you afraid to be questioned here? I may only fear the Lord, sir. But there is fear in the country nevertheless. Reproach me not with the fear in the country. There is fear in the country because there is a moving plot to topple Christ in the country. But it does not follow that everyone accused is part of it. No uncorrupted man may fear this court, Mr. Hale. None. You are under arrest and contempt of this court. Now sit you down and take counsel with yourself, or you will be set in the jail until you decide to answer all the questions. Giles Corey makes a rush for Putnam. Proctor lunges and holds him. No, Giles! I'll cut your throat, Putnam. I'll kill you yet. Peace, Giles. Peace. We'll prove ourselves. Now we will. Say nothing more, John. He's only playing you. He means to hang us all. Mary Warren burst into sobs. This is a court of law, mister. I have no effrontery here. Forgive him, sir, for his old age. Peace, Giles. We'll prove it all now. He lifts up Mary's chin. You cannot weep. Mary, remember the angel. What he say to the boy. Hold to it. Now, there is your rock. This is Mary Warren's deposition. I would ask you remember, sir, while you read it, that until 2 weeks ago she were no different than the other children are today. You saw her scream. She howled. She swore familiar spirits choked her. She even testified that Satan, in the form of women now in jail, tried to win her soul away. And then when she refused, we know all this. Aye, sir. She swears now that she never saw Satan, nor any spirit, vague or clear, that Satan may have sent to hurt her. And she declares her friends are lying now. Proctor starts to hand Danforth the deposition, and Hale comes up to Danforth in a trembling state. Excellency, a moment. I think this goes to the heart of the matter. It surely does. I cannot say he is an honest man. I know him little. But in all justice, sir, a claim so weighty cannot be argued by a farmer. In God's name, sir, stop here. Send him home and let him come again with a lawyer. Now look you, Mr. Hale. Excellency, I have signed 72 death warrants. I am a minister of the Lord, and I dare not take a life without there be a proof so immaculate no slightest qualm of the conscience may doubt it. Mr. Hale, you surely do not doubt my justice. I have this morning signed away the soul of Rebecca, nurse, your honor. I'll not conceal it. My hand shakes, yet as with a wound. I pray you, sir, this argument let lawyers present to you. Mr. Hale, believe me, for a man of such terrible learning, you are most bewildered. I hope you will forgive me. I have been 32 years at the bar, sir, and I should be confounded were I called upon to defend these people. Let you consider now, and I bid you all do likewise. In an ordinary crime, how does one defend the accused? One calls upon witnesses to prove his innocence. But witchcraft is ipso facto, on its face and by its nature, an invisible crime. Is it not? Therefore, who may possibly be witness to it? The witch and the victim? None other. Now we cannot hope the witch will accuse herself. Granted? Therefore we must rely upon her victims. And they do testify. The children certainly do testify. As for the witches, none will deny that we are most eager for all their confessions. Therefore, what is left for a lawyer to bring out? I think I have made my point. Have I not?